Juan Diaz, you had a couple fights with Juan Manuel Marquez. First was the fight of the year. He's a Mexican legend, a great champion. What was it like being in the ring with him those two times?
It was an amazing experience to be in the ring with Juan Manuel Marquez because, as we all know, he's a legendary fighter, future Hall of Famer, and I learned a lot of things from fighting him. Is that the most important thing that I learned is that you can't ever take a guy for granted.
Right.
So what I did in the first fight, I felt that I was touching him a little bit too much. I got confident, I got cocky.
Yeah.
I was the young guy in the ring at the time, so I put a lot of pressure and basically didn't take. I didn't care about his power, and that came and bite me in the butt later on in the later rounds.
Yeah.
He connected me with some good uppercuts and some good overhand rights, which ended the fight.
Yeah.
So it taught me a very important lesson, and that lesson is to be patient and always be thinking in the ring.
Gotcha.
And that's what I got away from.
When in that first fight, you guys had some rounds that were just back and forth, really heated exchanges. The crowd was going crazy. I think the first fight was maybe in Texas, or what was that like? Like, what was going through your head during that time?
Man, it was during that time, during the rounds when we were going back and forth, at the time I was like, man, this old man does not give up.
Right.
At the time I was 25, he was 35.
Right.
So in my mind I was just saying to myself, man, is this old man ever gonna give up?
Yeah.
So that was what was going through my mind. But at the beginning of the fight is when I can really tell you how I felt. It was a different experience than what I had ever experienced in my life. Even though I was at home, but the Toyota Center was packed, 18,000 plus, standing room only. So when, the crowd was cheering and clapping their hands, stomping their foot on the ground, I could feel all that vibration all the way into the ring. So for the first time in the 15 years of my career, I actually got goosebumps and got a little nervous.
Wow.
That's how amazing that experience was, to the point that it kind of took me out of my own element, which my element was to be in the ring and fight and just go out after the victory. But for those split seconds when Michael Buffer was announcing our name, it was just, it was an experience out of this world.
Awesome. Now, your Marquez, after that fight, he would end up knocking out Manny Pacquiao. Like, did you ever expect that to happen? And what did you think when that happened?
Man, that was, it's funny that you mentioned that because, we had the fight of the year in 2009, then we came and had a rematch in 2010.
Yeah.
And I retired.
Yeah.
I retired for the first time. So I want nothing to do with boxing anymore.
Yeah.
And in 2013, I decided to come back. Why? Because in 2012, I was here in Vegas.
Yeah, I interviewed you. Yeah.
In Vegas. And Juan Manuel Marquez knocked out Manny Pacquiao.
Yep.
And that actually relit the fire in me to want to come back and say, and I said it to myself, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I said, I cannot believe I was in the ring with that old man, and that old man beat me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was this close to beating him. I'm like, man, so it kind of relit that fire, and it made me want to jump in the ring again and come back, and here I am, 7 comeback fights later, 7-0, and I'm knocking on the door of fighting for a 5th world title.
Awesome, man. Great talking to you, man, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.